I
So
hope
that's his fault.
yeah, that's feels like everybody's fault. I mean,
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
have kids and you
Everyone
haven't met
except for you.
the yeah, yes,
You're a homebreaker and you had no fucking clue.
dude, it was ridiculous though. We got my producer, one of the best ever there ever will be, Tristan, aka Tristan Jung, aka Big Dick Daddy, aka the best producer in the world, aka. Is there any other names I'm not aware of?
No, I think you nailed it.
All right,
That's
bet. I got the Big Dick Daddy one right though, right?
Oh yeah.
All right, that's a bet. So, why is he here? And let's go ahead and answer a lot of questions that y'all may have. Why the fuck haven't I been posting podcasts in a while? One, I've been hella busy. I dropped out of college. Yay.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's get this shit. So that's been going on. I've been in school for quite a while now. And I'm not sure when I'm gonna upload this episode specifically because I'm trying to stock up on episodes and shit like that. But what else? Yeah, I'm not in college. I'm doing music full time, which is dope as fuck. And why is Tristan here? Tristan, you live in Massachusetts, Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston, Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
And he's here, spending the night for a week, working on some music. We got some fire shit coming, and we got some shit we've been working on before he got here. And yeah,
Sure.
man,
We in album mode.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
We're in album mode, exactly. So Tristan, tell me, how was your trip here, bro? I mean, you already told me. I already know this, but for the people, man.
Pretty good. Pretty solid.
Yeah.
What you doing on the flight?
What you doing on the flight? Yep.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, bro, I can't get into that movie. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I just need to watch part 2 because there was just not much explained in Dune.
Being stuck on a flight for 4 hours helps getting through it. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It moves slow.
That's how you got into fucking music, right? You the pandemic and everything.
Literally, yeah.
That's so.
Yeah. So basically, just not having so much time being like, I was in high school, but we weren't really actually doing high school because pandemic, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So just had way too much free time. Played video games before, but kind of got sick of it, so I just figured I'd fuck around with it.
Yeah.
And yeah,
that's pretty much
history.
it.
Pretty much.
Yeah, he hit me up a while back.
Like damn near 2 years ago.
Yeah. And you sent me some beats. And I think the mixing was off or it just wasn't hitting.
Most of it was off, yeah.
But he was dope. So I was like, you know what? And then you would ask me like on some tips and stuff. And, at the time I wasn't really producing as much. But, I told him what I knew. And then out of nowhere, he texts me again, sends me a pack. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? What the fuck have you been doing this whole time, bro? Nigga, just better than I was, just making beats, bro. Sure. Better than I've. It's so badass because at the time I was working with Joel for a long time. Like he would, but the thing with Joel, man, and Joel, if you're watching this, man, fuck you, bro. This dude would deadass. Joel would call me, and during the documentary I released on the Monarchy account on YouTube, Joel would call us. And be like, yeah, I have all these beats, I have all these beats, and he would preview them. He would show his beats he's making then. We're like, all right, go ahead and send it. Bro, it takes you so fucking long to send a beat. By the time you send that bitch, I'm just like over it. And it was like that so many times. But you already know. You already know, Joe. But holy shit. Anytime I have a vision and I ask you, you send that bitch right away. I'm not comparing Joe and him, but holy shit. It's really dope. Like you can translate my image. Joe makes some crazy beats. Like he just already stacks them. He already has.
I heard them. Those are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you really hone in on like what I'm trying to go for, and I'm like, okay, this is
that's the goal. Trying to work with people.
Exactly. So it's dope. Every producer, every artist has their own way of working and their flow and everything. So
I'm not like the most creative person on my own. But when somebody gives me the creative vision, I definitely can run with it.
Yeah. And that's exactly what you what you do, you really, I tell you, bro, you just really tap into what I'm trying to achieve, and you do it. So, and then I have to do the rest. So, but I was gonna tell you a story at Starbucks. So we got some Starbucks and shit before this, and some McDonald's. Well, there was a story. I don't think I've told this on previous podcasts. I don't think I have. But I'm here to tell you, what an episode, everybody. This is gonna be interesting. So, at the time when I was making music, this was definitely before COVID. So like 2018. I'm chilling, and then this girl texts me, and she looks like 25, 20, 24. And she's like, I love your music. Your sister put me on, or my sister put me on to your music, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, that's cool. Thank you. She was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. It just started as a fan type shit, right? Fan artist type relationship. And then she was like, yeah, do you have a manager? And I'm like, nah, I don't. What are you trying to say?
Me, bitch.
She's like, shit. So she offered to be a manager. And I was like, what would you do specifically? And she was like, oh, I see you don't have a website. I see you don't have as much merch right now. You only have it on Teespring. That's when you was doing my shit on Teespring before I started making it myself, but I'll get to that. So she was like, okay, I'll pay for the website. Just make it. And I was like, what? So I made my website how I wanted it to look like using GoDaddy. And she paid for the subscription for months on end for like a year and a half. I was like, okay, cool. Damn. Right? And I was like, yeah, merch. I need merch. I want to make my own merch. I have a vision for like what I want to put on shirts. I want to make it real simple. I need a vinyl cutter. I was looking into all that. And she was like, oh, here, I'll go to work. And they have a vinyl cutter there. I'll just give it to you. I was like,
that sounds illegal.
Yes, it was illegal. A $200 vinyl cutter is still sitting in my fucking living room to make more shirts. So I was like, shit. So basically it just you put the vinyl in, it cuts out the design you want from your computer, pops it out, you heat press it on the shirt, you're over with. She got me all that. Oh, but what about the shirts, right? What about merch? She gets me, she was like, she texted me one day. She's like, how many shirts do you need? What colors do you need? Total the colors, like 5 primary colors. And then I tell the sizes, let's do small to like extra large. Bro, she hits me up. She's like, hey, I got you everything you need. I got small to extra large, black, red, yellow, blue, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what?
How'd she get it, though?
Oh, she paid for it.
Okay, that's good.
And I asked her, how much did you pay for it? $800.
Yeah. How many shirts did she get you?
It was a lot. Damn. It was a lot. They were like in their own 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in a box, stacked. And the box is still in my my closet.
Shit.
So I was like, damn, all right, cool. This is awesome. Appreciate it. And then sometimes she would text me and it would be kind of flirtatious, and it got really sexual. Like very sexual. Like, oh my God, damn, when she let me fuck, oh my God. Then she just but it got worse than that. Right? So I was like, whatever, fuck it, right? I was chilling. And let's see the first incident. So we met at Starbucks and we were just talking business shit. And then that was when in person she's actually flirted with me. So she flirted with me on texts, on calls and shit. But in person, she's like we're sitting at Starbucks. She starts touching my leg.
Oh,
yeah,
is this
bro.
The first time you met her in person?
This is no. This is the maybe the first business meeting. Gotcha. But other times that's how I got the vinyl cutter. Yeah, she just delivered shit. She lived in whatever the fuck, Navasota, Texas. It's like maybe an hour and a half away from here. And she would come over here to Huntsville and deliver the shit. And yeah. But this was our first meeting, and she was like touching up on me. I'm like, nah. And granted, she was cute, but when it came to like having a manager,
I was gonna say that's not some manager shit right there.
That's not manager. That's not P, bro. That is not P at all.
Not P in the slightest.
Yeah, that's not P, bro. So, but all the other shit she did for me, like the vinyl cutter, all the shit she was buying, she was paying for that was fairly P.
That's dope.
that was
still a dub. So far. So
big dubs, still fire as fuck. So, you know, so all that shit happens, and then you know, she's just the gradual, like she's started
working her way up.
Yes, and one thing I noticed, she would always go out every night. She would go out. So she would party or whatever, and then she would get shit faced, drunk, call me. The next day is, okay, here's the progress on your analytics for your website, blah, blah. Like, what the fuck is going on? And then we get on talking about that, and she's like, I want to fuck you so bad, all right? I'm like, damn.
Jesus.
Oh, it was like that. I thought this bitch was crazy. But I was like, you know what? She's done so much for. I can take it. I'll take it, but I'm not gonna take it.
Yeah, I got you.
I'll take what she gives me, but I'm not gonna. I'll
take the talk, not the rest.
I'll take the talk, not the doing. Exactly.
Yes.
So I was like, all right, whatever. I'm like, whatever. She's old enough to be a mom, damn near, right? 25. What, I don't know how old she is, but so time goes on. She wants to know how I work on music. So I was like, all right, bet. Come on, that's fine. You know, I work on music. You're there. And she said she would take videos for me. So I was like, fuck it. Like,
sounds like a good excuse to get in the studio.
Sounds like a good excuse to get in my pants.
Yes, sir.
But she was there, well behaved, didn't say anything, watched me make music. It was straight. I was like, all right, cool.
She's strategic with it. She's thinking.
Yeah, right? She's like looking around. She's like, oh, interesting. No, but she goes back home. Then nighttime comes. And I get a text from a dude. I get a DM in my Twitter DMs. And it's this dude with a screenshot of when you if you have somebody's location on, you can see it starts blinking. Mm-hmm. It was a screenshot of that of my crib. And he said you're fucked. I'm like, what?
Bruh.
And then I'm like, what are you talking about? He was like, was your house? Oh fuck, my bad. Okay, that's her name. He was like, was she at your house? I'm like, yeah, but we were just working on me. She's my manager. And he's like, manager? I'm like, are you dating this person? And he's like, I'm her husband.
Oh fuck! So she is old enough to be a mom.
Yes. So I was like, oh shit, I'm sorry, but she was here. We were just working on music. She's managing me. I don't know if she told you, but blah blah blah.
I don't know if she told you.
Yeah, right. And I told him, I was like, I didn't even know that she was in a relationship, let alone married, right? So it's like whatever. And he said, you're fucked. And then he sends me another screenshot of him holding a phone with a group chat pulled up. So he's like this. A group chat pulled up, and it's her in a group chat telling all of her friends that we fucked.
Oh,
I
fuck
fucked Dame. And all of her friends were like, oh my God, blah, 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 he's so cute. Crazy.
Uh-oh.
So at
Poor
this point,
guy.
No, for real. At this point, I'm like, fuck, he's going to kill me. Like, he's going to kill me. And he knows my location.
And it's all her fault.
He didn't know exactly. He didn't know my location, but he knew the roads. He saw the roads.
It doesn't take much guessing after that.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, holy fuck. So I called her. I was like, hey. He said I'm fucked. and he's coming. He's coming over here right now. Is he there? And she said, he just left. Why? I was like, yeah, that's why. I explained it to her after that. And I was like, you need to call the cops, or you need to call him, tell him to come back. I'm like, did y'all get in an argument at least? And she's like, argument over what? She didn't know. She didn't know that she got caught. So, you know how mad he has to be to see that and just dip?
That's the kind of person he is, though. That's not even like.
That's it.
Man's ready to.
No, he's not even giving a fuck about their relationship. He's like, I'm gonna kill tonight. Yeah. So I told her to. So I'm assuming that she went to the restroom or she went somewhere and he found her phone and saw all this shit going down.
Some shit like
and
that,
he just dipped. So I was like, well, he sent me all this. You need to call him, or I'm gonna be in danger or some shit.
Yeah.
Right. So, she calls him. No word. I sit on the porch, bro, all night.
All night?
Waiting. Nothing from Tyler. Nigga, I have anxiety this whole time.
Fuck.
Right?
He never pulls up either.
Never pulls up, no. Because here's what happened. The sister of the girl that was managing me.
Who's a fan of your music? And
they're both fans of my music.
Gotcha.
She just put my manager on me.
Yeah.
So she texts me the next day. She was like, hey, blah, blah, blah. Can I call you? I'm like, yeah. She calls me. She's like, so I know what happened last night. Well, here's what went down. He came back to the house. Right?
Yeah.
Because she threatened to call the cops. So he came back.
Oh, okay.
So he came back to the house, beat the shit out of her in front of their 2 kids.
Oh, so she is a mom.
She is a mom.
Fuck. Holy shit, bro.
Not only is she a mom, she's a meth head with him.
Fuck.
So when the cops got there, they found him beating the shit out of her in front of the kids.
With meth around.
The kids are orphans, bro. To this day. The dude is in prison. She lost custody of her kids.
Where is she right now?
She's not in jail anymore. She's possibly rehab. But the guy, he's in prison.
Holy fuck.
The kids, yeah, they're unless they got passed on to next of kin, but no, they're it should be.
Damn, that's actually awful.
It's fucking horrible.
Holy shit.
And I was thinking about it, I was like, this girl was going out every night. She would go out every night. And I'm like, what?
And get shit-faced.
Get shit-faced. It was crazy. So, I hope
that's his fault.
Yeah, that's it feels like everybody's fault. I mean, if you
yeah.
have kids and you
everyone
have
except for you.
Yeah. yes.
You're a homebreaker and you had no fucking clue.
Dude. It was ridiculous though.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so I never told that story on the podcast. I don't think. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't. But I everybody that was fucking with me at the time, basically that was going on. I told them, but yeah, that shit is crazy. When Blow, I'm gonna have Blow. Blow's gonna come in April. Depending on when I release these, that might be a long time ago. I don't know, but he's coming in April. I'm doing a podcast with him. He has his thoughts about that, and it's funny as fuck. But I told him a long time ago. Whenever I think that happened before I even met Blow. So even Monarchy, before Monarchy was a thing, like that's when that shit happened. So,
how long ago did you meet Blow?
I met Blow through DJ Eric Cool. Cool put me on the Blow, and Blow put me on the. Cool put me on the Blow, and Blow he put Blow on to me, and that was like when we first worked together. That was Take Me Back. That's when Blow sent me in. I think it was an open version. No. Cole sent me a beat. I liked it. I did my hook, which was never thought I'd see the day. Taking me back, just run away. Sent that off to Blow. Blow was at work when he heard the shit, and he was like, got to do this. And I think he called off work or he went home as soon as possible and recorded that shit. And we got that bitch done in like a week.
Respect.
Mm-hmm. And it was just one of those things. And I like the way Blow sounds. And I mixed the track. Cole mixed the beat. And we set it for release. And it just recently hit 100,000 streams. So thank y'all so much.
That song crazy fire.
Mm-hmm.
Well deserved.
Exactly, man. Appreciate it. I haven't made some shit with Tristan yet. I have made shit with Tristan, but it's not. I've never released anything yet.
We got hella in the vault.
Yeah, we got some crazy shit in the vault, and I feel like it's not even. How do I say it? It's like it's nothing like of what I used to sound like. It's very different, and I'm so glad like I got to like do different shit, and you put in my vision. I'm telling you, bro, I got some new shit coming, and he has some crazy fucking beats, man. It's. I can't even explain it, bro. I'm just so ready to drop it.
So many different vibes.
Mm-hmm. I usually when I was making singles, I make a single. It's usually like the best shit I've worked on in just one song. But it's like every song I made with you, it's like they're damn near fucking singles, bro. So
yeah,
I think I'm gonna drop an album this year. I don't know. We'll see. But the reason why I hesitate on that is because I want to make sure it's like perfect. Like I just want to make sure that every song, when somebody goes on to the next song, they're like, okay, I like this.
The debut gotta be perfect.
It has to be, yeah, the date, because it's my first solo album. I never had an album that wasn't a collab, or I've never had an album that wasn't a collab. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait for us to drop some shit. We're working on shit all this week.
Oh yeah.
And
early sleeping.
Yeah, exactly. The first time when we came over, I got him at 11 p.m. We got home at like 1, and then we're working till. Was that the night we worked till 7?
7:38. Yeah.
His mom texted him. He was like, "Good morning, honey."
I'm like, yeah, good morning. I haven't slept yet.
We're about to have dinner.
Yes, sir.
So that shit was dope. And then we're just now like, we just caught up with it. We just caught up with sleep. So we are.
4 more hours than we watched the new Batman. That shit was crazy.
Oh my God, yes.
Yes,
So,
sir.
oh my God. By the time this comes out, y'all had already seen it. That movie was it's so different. You can't compare it to The Dark Knight or any other Batman movie because it was like its own. I don't. There's never been a dark noir feeling Batman movie besides
keep
the animated.
getting darker. I feel like.
Yeah.
Like Dark Knight, obviously, was darker than the one before it, but
yeah,
this one was on some angsty shit.
Yeah, it was real. They really hone in on Batman being a detective, and I like that. They never had a movie where, because even in the Dark Knight ones, like, he would literally, like, find a brick with a bullet in it and have his fucking robots analyze it.
Yeah.
That's not really detective work.
That's just being rich as fuck.
Rich as fuck.
Yeah. But they had no Jamie, or no Morgan Freeman this time to help him out.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely not Jamie Foxx.
Oh, yeah. They didn't. They didn't have a, I didn't think about that. Now it makes me think,
he's like weapons designer guy.
Yeah, not Alfred.
We about to clown ourselves.
Yeah, fuck, son of a bitch. God damn it, I'm gonna look it up. But yeah, they didn't have that, and it begged the question: where the fuck was he getting all this shit? How did he make his grapple gun?
Fair point. It was a lot lower tech than the Dark Knight stuff. Like his car was.
Yeah, it was
not
as
crazy as usual. Yeah,
it was like a stripped down. It was a stripped down, upgraded muscle car.
Bro, he had a fucking rocket booster in the back, and he was struggling to keep up with the Mercedes. You even think about that?
Yes.
Bro, he was pushing 100, and he had a jet engine in the back.
That big ass cinder block shit.
Bro, my 2012 Subaru can go 100, and this man has a jet engine, and he's struggling.
Nah, that was kind of that kind of made sense. But you got to think too. It's kind of harder to chase somebody. What you're seeing is kind of delayed.
That's true.
Because if they're ahead of you and they take a sharp left, and it's like, oh shit, you know what I mean? And it is his second year of being true. Batman. So it's like,
oh, is that true?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, I didn't even pick up on that.
Yeah, if you really think about it, the riddles and shit, they solved the little riddles, but they never really stopped him. Everything went through. Remember
that's facts. Everything except for like the snipers at the end literally happened.
Yeah, and they failed at stopping the shit. But that just blew up. Exactly but that just shows how young Batman is.
That's true.
So it's so badass, and you can see it in his face. He is young.
Yeah.
You know, besides Robert Pattinson being the age that he is, like when he has his hair down and shit,
he's emotionally young too.
Yes.
Though. You know what I mean?
He has a lot to work on.
Yeah.
And I love that about.
I love that too. Yeah.
Because it's like a rattlesnake, bro. It's like.
And it's more real too.
Yeah,
like
man.
Both of your parents died. You're not gonna have your shit together.
Mm-mm. You're not gonna be like, yeah, I'm living in this shit. I'm a billionaire living in this shitty ass city.
Yeah.
Where like, and I bet the rappers in Gotham City be going, they be snapping. I bet they be going crazy.
Oh yeah.
I bet they be going crazy. They be like dropping fucking mixtapes that say like Dark Knight or like the Caped Crusader, like the Caped Crusader album.
The angriest shit you ever heard.
Just a bunch of Batman like. Anyways, but yeah, like I like the way how he was young and all that shit. What did you say that Morgan Freeman got? What Batman's what? Batman's
he's fucking tech dude. I don't even know. Yeah. It was like Lucius Fox or some shit like that. It might have been Lucius Fox. Look that up.
Lucius Fox. It is. Oh, yeah, Lucius Fox.
Yes, sir. He was crazy. He was like low key the star of the show. He did everything for Batman.
Mm-hmm. He was so badass.
He's like, yo, I got a rocket powered fucking bat suit for you. He's like, say less.
Say less.
And this guy could barely jump off of a building. That fucking parachute caught him on the bridge.
Oh
and
my!
He just ate shit.
That was so. When I saw that, I was like, Yes, it's his second year. You didn't know it was his second year?
I didn't. I was confused. Bro.
So you're like, what the? Why did Batman?
I was like, he low-key sucks. Like, he's an interesting character, but this bridge just fucking kicked the shit out of him.
Man, this Batman fucking sucks.
Crazy movie.
No, yeah.
Like,
when I because they mentioned it again in the movie, and I was like, yeah, this is his second year. But I thought you caught on. But I knew this before the movie came out. I was watching the director shit, and they were like, yeah, this is Batman's second year. He's still trying to figure out. The only thing he has right now is a grapple gun. Because I don't know if you noticed, he throws those smokes, but he didn't have smoke. So look.
Oh.
Remember the when he was hanging off and the fire hydrant?
And he fucked that thing. No, yeah.
So it's like
the smoke screen.
He's be like, damn, that really helped me. So he's gonna be like, maybe I should make smoke bombs.
You think that's like a prequel to The Dark Knight?
No, not at all. No. Yeah. Because the city looks so much different.
That's fair.
Because
it looks like New York high key.
Yeah. No.
First shot of the city, bro, Times Square.
They took that's what they said. They said they liked the way Times Square and New York, Gotham and New York are damn near the same thing, but they dirtied it up so much.
Yeah.
And they put more neon shit.
Like New York in the 80s.
But yeah, exactly. But look at this. Yeah, exactly. Because if you Gothic, it's like has that Gothic look all throughout. I mean, if you see the fucking when Bruce Wayne was walking in to Alfred when they were having breakfast, did you see the inside of that fucking mansion?
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
It looked old. Like an old It looked like where the not Manson family, where the Addams family would live.
Oh, high key.
Yeah. That's when I saw it. I was like, oh shit, he's like really. This is like really like that. But like, that's what the city looks like. But when you compare the Batman Arkham Knight, the video game, and the city that we saw, exactly the same.
I didn't even think about that.
It's like they showed it side by side. It's exactly the same. I'm like that. I like that. Yeah, I like that. They take
I didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm, it's like they take all the best elements of Batman and the city, because in itself the city is a character too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 100%.
And it's like they nailed everything.
Yeah.
So I was like dope.
I think as a superhero movie, it's like if you're looking for that, you're gonna be disappointed. But as just a straight movie, like it's written really well.
Yeah, it's like so
the
bad.
Character arcs are crazy on that one.
Mm-hmm. And the shots are beautiful too.
Yes, sir.
I love the shots. It's really dark. That's what I like.
Yeah, the part at the start with like the shadows and everybody getting scared when they saw the Batlight.
Dude, that was badass. Crazy, and he was like, "I am the shadows" and shit. When he narrated it, it made it feel like that one movie, Sin City. Have you seen that Sin City movie? A long time ago, like 2008.
Never seen it. Heard a lot about it.
It's 2008. It literally, that movie looks like a comic book. It looks so crazy.
Yeah.
But he's like, it's like the old school like movie type like narrator. He's like, "Oh, it was a dark night and blah blah blah. I'm going out and shit happening."
How do you feel about his voice compared to like Christian Bale, the last guy?
Well, I don't know if you noticed, he used a bunch of different voices as Batman. He used his regular voice.
Yeah.
Because then again, it's his second year, so he didn't know what voice.
Like it.
So some people he would talk to, he was like, yeah, like real dark, like real deep, and then some he would be like using his regular voice.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm like, damn, like
I liked that.
Yeah, there was not one voice that was Batman. There was one part where it was grungy, but that was when he was grunting.
Yeah, and it was never like the Christian Bale, like,
yeah, what I say,
Facts. Ooga booga.
Ooga booga. But yeah, Batman very P. Not Batman, more like Patman.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah. No, that line in that Future did, bro. Said she not lesbian, she a lesbian.
Oh yeah.
I don't get it.
I said that at lunch with your parents yesterday by accident.
Oh yeah.
I was like, fuck.
Wait, I was like, this motherfucker say lesbian? I was like, you motherfucker. And it's so
talking
funny.
about thespians.
Thespian? Oh my god, bro. Yeah. Nah, it was. I love that movie, man. Would I watch it again? I think I would.
I think there's stuff that you'd pick up on the second.
There was a lot of stuff actually. There was one. There's you know where the club is?
Yeah.
So in the middle of the movie, it reveals that his apartment. Remember when he had to scoop the carpet off or whatever. That was his apartment. That was Riddler's apartment. He stayed there all movie. Well, they shown that apartment a lot of times throughout in the beginning of the movie too.
I didn't even notice that.
But you didn't know he lived there.
Yeah. That didn't even occur because he was literally right outside of the...
He was right outside the club, the Iceberg Club.
Like he was waiting.
Yes. Well, in frames where it had wide shots, the hotel that he was staying at, his room was lit up. You can see him looking through a telescope.
Oh, you're joking.
Yes. So the whole time when he saw the DA, remember the DA with the bomb?
Oh,
and he came out the thing and he was waiting in his car.
Wait, the first shots of the movie though, the person looking through like binoculars or some shit at the mayor.
Yeah. At the mayor.
That him?
That wasn't in his. That was him, but it wasn't in his.
Yeah, definitely not
in his hotel. But the shots. So there was a. Remember when Batman, put the shit in the Catwoman's eyes.
Yeah.
To go into the club and then get the DA's attention. Well, at the start of that scene of her going into the club, there's a wide shot of the club and the hotel. That's where you can see him looking in the telescope to see that the DA is going in. And by the time the DA gets out, he's already in his car because he knew the DA went into the. Sure. So it's like.
And then he was waiting behind him in the car.
Yes. So it's like he saw him go into the club, got out of his hotel, went into his car, DA comes out, and he's waiting for him.
The kind of fucked part about that movie is like a normal person with a fucked up head could totally do that in real life.
Yes, 100%.
And I'm sure like that kind of shit actually does happen.
Mm-hmm.
Not to that scale.
Exactly, yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%. And another cool detail was, I don't know if you remember when the DA got in the car and he was like looking at the windshield and he was wiping it. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. That's because the dude was back there breathing the whole time. There's condensation inside the car. So he was wiping it off. He's like, why is it steamy in here? Because he's been there for a while. He's been waiting for him for a while.
Yeah.
So fucking crazy. There was a lot of details like that in the movie that I just didn't. I want to see in a movie, and I said this on a previous podcast. I want to see in a movie where like Daredevil got introduced in Spider-Man. I want to see a Daredevil or Spider-Man movie where like Spider-Man's doing something, he's like talking, and then back in the background on a roof, you can see the Daredevil like spying on him or some shit.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
I want to see some shit like that. That way you can. It's like songs.
Yeah.
When you go listen back to songs, you're like, oh yeah, I didn't even notice that. Like, there's this Beatles song, and there's a part in a song where in the Beatles you can hear what's his name, one of the Beatles like arguing with another, like their manager or somebody.
Because they had to record everything live all at once.
Mm-hmm. And he like yelled something at his manager, and it got into a fight in the studio, and they left that in the song.
It was probably their best take.
You can yes.
That's crazy.
And you can hear it in the back. Like he says, like I don't know what he says. I know he says something, but I think he either says like I'm gonna kill you or some bullshit, bro. Like it was wild. I don't know. It was just kind of creepy. I forgot what song it was. I have to look it up again, but it's shit like that though. Like, oh my god, I didn't know that was here.
It's almost like an Easter egg.
An Easter egg.
Yeah.
Yes. Kanye has a lot of those. Kanye has a lot. As simple as his songs are, there's a bunch of Easter eggs in Kanye's music.
Yeah, like lyrically, especially.
Lyrically, musically, sample wise, everything.
Yeah.
Drums.
Yeah, like hidden meaning behind samples. Like that shit goes over my head 90% of the time, but it's super interesting.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I want to. I want to make music that's like that, bro. Like I don't want to be
like layers of meaning on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where people can be like, oh, this line is from this song.
Yeah.
And he said that because of this, and it's like I want people to look at like Deep in Your Ways, right, and understand the meaning of that song. And I put it on Genius and everything, so people can understand. There's no excuse, bitch. So they can look at that shit, and then when another song comes out with the same line, they can be like, he said this line in Deep in Your Ways. That's how he feels about this shit. Like I was telling Tristan, I made the song in the night, and I have like a music video playing in my head, and I think that's bro.
And like picking samples that like don't only work musically, but like work for the idea you're going for, I think is crazy.
Yes.
Like when somebody puts in a sample that like interacts with the bars, that shit is insane.
Yeah, bro. it's there's so much you can do. You just got to be creative about it. You just got to do it. And I'm really trying to do that. Like, I'm trying to apply what happened in my life, exaggerate it to where it's fun, keep it grounded as I can for more serious music, but always have layers that you can dig deep into.
And then it's also tough because to be creative, you have to keep that in mind and also not think about any of it. Otherwise, you just overthink it and it's fucked.
Dude. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's exactly. And you know, me and Tristan were talking with my dad about this before we even started this podcast. To like step away from whatever you're doing. I play video games. All I do, bro, is play video games, music, and drink Dr. Pepper. That's literally all I do.
I took a long ass break from playing video games, and not gonna lie, up until pretty recently, I was like kind of driving myself crazy with the pressure on the beats.
Mm-hmm.
Taking a few weeks off was like the best thing I've done in a year.
Yeah, bro.
For the music too.
Exactly. And I can see why most artists barely drop. Sometimes. Because sometimes they make music, they make an album on their free time, and all the other time that they have throughout their days, they're on tour.
Yeah.
Promoting and performing their last album.
Yeah.
But they're working on their current album for next year. That has to be challenging.
And I think what makes some of the greats like so great is that they make sure they live life and they think about how they want to put it in their songs. Like, they don't even wait until it sounds perfect. Like, they wait until the message is perfect.
Yes.
That's probably why we haven't heard from Kendrick in so long. Like,
you're right.
He's thinking about the message that we need to hear in 2022 as like an American culture. And he's really going to make sure the fucking album counts. Like, same thing with Damn, bro.
Yeah,
Last album.
The best album. The best album to me, ever. I think that's storytelling, rapping.
Let me see some ass with no Photoshop. We needed to hear that at the time. We still need to hear that shit, bro. Like, goddamn.
For real, bro. That's
among hella other things he said in that album, but like,
it was amazing.
You can't rush people like that.
Did you ever because what I do at least, like, I go to an artist and I end up liking them after that, but I'll go to an artist and I just listen to them. Like, I did it for Future, Travis Scott. I didn't like Travis. I never liked Travis before. Mm-hmm. And then I deep dive into his music, and I'm like, okay, I like this a lot.
Yeah.
I did the same thing with Uzi. I did it. My first favorite artist was Lil Skies. I'll always listen to Lil Skies. And then
Unbothered was hard.
Yes, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah. I feel like for some artists, the vibe is so specific that you can't just like toss them into a playlist. Because if you're with 40 other artists in that playlist, the vibe is never going to work. And you need to, like, get on the same wavelength as that vibe and, like, sit with it for a few weeks. I do that all the time. That's all I do.
Exactly. With albums, for me, it's like I have to listen to them more to really understand and appreciate it. Oh, another good album was Beer Bongs and Bentleys.
Yes, sir.
That was, I think for me, it's Damn, Beer Bongs and Bentleys.
For greatest albums?
For greatest albums.
That shit is tough. I could sit here for 20 minutes, and then I'd be like, damn, I forgot like 7.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But Damn is the top one.
That shit is beautiful.
Storytelling, rapping, everything. Even
we
if
need
you don't
more
get
artists like that. I'm sure we're gonna get some.
I'm right here. I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to do. Like Kendrick, and I'm trying to have like the auto-tune and like fun rap intertwined with like boom bap beats and telling a story and then doing unique shit that gives a different like vibe, like gives a different sound, and it's like makes you feel a different type of way. I'm really trying to accomplish making melancholic music. That's what I'm trying to make. And that's what Kanye makes. Kanye makes really melancholic music. 808s and Heartbreaks, that whole album is melancholic.
Melancholic but thoughtful.
Thoughtful, yes. And even, you know what else was?
That Kendrick song you sent me even.
Yeah. I was like,
the tone is like hella melancholic.
It was like,
but he's not just like, I want to kill myself.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
He's like, here's why.
Here's why I want. Yay. Literally the album Yay with the green writing.
Yeah.
And the mountains. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
I hate being bipolar. It's awesome.
I hate being bipolar. It's awesome. Yes, I love that. I love that album. And the one I couldn't get into is the Kid Cudi and him.
Kids See Ghost.
Kids See Ghost. I couldn't.
I love that one.
Really? I couldn't get into it. I couldn't.
Is it Kid Cudi?
And bro, I think it's Kid Cudi. I grew...
Same thing with him for me. I didn't like. Okay, of course everybody loves like the Kid Cudi classic.
Mm-hmm.
But getting to his other music, you need to same thing. You need to spend time with it on your.
I need to, because the only thing I listened to of Kid Cudi growing up was the classic ones.
Yes, sir.
Man on the Moon, Rager, Mr. Rager, so dope. Yep. Emily put me onto that one.
You hear the most recent one, Man on the Moon 3?
Yes. Yeah, and I like that. Yeah, there was actually some songs on there. I'm like, oh yeah, I've heard this, but that's one thing about Kid Cudi. There was a couple songs that I listened to him. I'm like, I've heard that before, but it released in the past year. But I never heard it until that. I'm thinking, oh, I heard this on Man on the Moon 1 or 2.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no, I haven't. I've never heard this before, but I feel like I have. But it's still so good.
Not many people would agree with me on this one. His most recent one's my favorite out of anything he's done.
Which one? Oh, the Man on the
Moon 3.
Yeah.
Just because I think there are single hits on the last few, but I don't press skip on the third.
Yeah, exactly. And that's, I think...
And that's the goal with an album.
Yes, to not press skip.
Yeah, because tell a story too.
There was a story in it?
Yeah.
For Men on the Moon 3?
For sure.
I just listened to it.
It's hard to pick up. I don't even, like...
I heard it
I say twice. Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I got a sense of it. I haven't looked into it.
Damn.
But I'm sure there is.
Yeah. I remember listening to it like twice. And I was like, oh, I like these few songs. And then that was it. But that's just me not liking Kid Cudi's music, maybe because I haven't got to deep diving into his shit.
And his voice, like his delivery, is what's it called? Acquired taste.
Yeah. 100%. I like how in his older music, it just sounds like he went into the booth, no auto-tune, no nothing, started humming some shit, and he's like, oh, I like this melody. And he just went along with that melody. He kept it real natural and real grounded. I like that. Day and Night, that's how Day and Night felt. I like when he sings and he's on key, but it sounds like it's not on key. It's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. He's a little flat, little sharp.
Exactly. And that's why, it's just real natural. And Kanye's like that too. On some songs, he doesn't use any auto-tune, but he's always on key. And it sounds like, is he on key or is he not? It doesn't matter. Don't think too much about it. And then there's some where it's like, he has a lot of auto-tune, but he says the most simple shit, no reverb, no effects. A lot of Kanye's songs, they don't have any...
And there's an interesting thing that goes into that, and I'm not going to go too far, but like the whole idea of in key is just like something that Europe and west of Europe have. Because if you go to Africa, if you go to Japan, if you go to India, what is in key is completely different.
What does it mean to them?
Well, basically, in key for us is A is 440 hertz and everything based on that, just so that we can mass produce instruments. And then we're all, as a culture, like conditioned to hear those as right or wrong because we're just used to it.
Yeah.
But if you go to Africa, they play in like completely different frequencies. And if we hear that, we're like, that shit's out of tune, but it's not. It's in tune to them. And if they hear our music, it's out of tune.
It's like
so if you hear like a Kanye, a Kid Cudi, they're like some of these artists, you'd think they're out of tune. It's cultural influence.
You just taught me something today. I didn't think
some
about
interesting shit. Shout out Dr. Crane. Music history. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, Tristan, for those who don't know, he's in school for music. What is it? Sound
recording technology at UMass Lowell.
Yep.
Like boot camp.
Mm-hmm. And that's the reason why I dropped out of college, because they didn't have that here, bro.
I'm lucky.
Yeah, and
as fuck. Straight up.
And he's taking advantage of it, man. Taking advantage of that shit, man.
Sure.
Taking advantage of it.
You got to.
It surprised me because
it is not cheap.
Yeah. Oh
even
man.
State school, bro. Like, not everybody got that opportunity.
Take it far, bro. Influence.
Sure.
But yeah, it really surprised me. I still think about it, like the kids that are in there, and they're like,
yeah, bro. The worst thing that I see is like people will go to school, they'll pick music because it's an easy major. I'm like, God, bro.
Yeah, they had a like I told you, they had an audio production class at Sam, and then I did it, and then they told me, yeah, after that you don't touch any music, and I was like, it's like the school's treating that elective like an elective.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not taking music seriously. It's more like we do have more music shit, but it's like learning instruments, but nothing with production.
Oh yeah.
No production. It's all, oh, here's how you learn how to play something. But it's never, here's how you learn how to play something, and here's how you record it into a DAW. Here's how signal flow works. Here's how you.
That's the thing that's unique about where I'm at. Mm-hmm. And I'm lucky because I'm learning to play piano, but it's also like, here's how mics work. Here's how you set up a studio. Mm-hmm. Here's how you record yourself.
Yeah.
Here's how you mix, master.
And that's dope as fuck. Yeah. Oh, God damn it. Because what other places do they have it? I know they have it in LA sound school or whatever the fuck.
But it's different too, because a lot of those schools are like 2-year programs, and a lot of people who come out of them are like, I got no experience and I actually don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like,
actually, that's true. I had a couple friends that went to LA sound production school, and
I know which one you're talking about. I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
And there's like Full Sail too.
Full Sail
on the East Coast. Yeah. It's tough because it's like, I don't know. It's you just got to be hands on. You got to learn through experience.
Even if that's watching the engineer work and shit. That's what I hear a lot. That's what Alex Toomey said. He said, fucking, if you watch your favorite person work, it's dope. And that's why Alex Toomey, he had a 3-hour shit one time just mixing, and he took
a 3-hour shit while mixing. That's fucking crazy, bro. No. You got a hole in the seat or something?
He took a 3-hour stream. He took a 3-hour stream. Fuck. A 3-hour shit while mixing.
I mean, it happens.
It's like, all right, guys, we're gonna mix, and we're doing this shit in the restroom today. So let's just go ahead and get this shit.
got limited outlets in that bitch.
Just an outlet, just right by the fuck. Dude.
Oh shit, my shit crashed. I better press reset.
Dude, that's what Leslie Breathwaite, he has a fucking studio, but way bigger than this shit, right?
Uh-huh.
And he's like, yeah, and I was mixing it in my whatever car he has, his truck or whatever, Bentley fucking truck or whatever the fuck he got. And he was like, I like mixing in there better. So he has this whole
I get
setup.
that. I've heard that a lot.
Yeah.
I've seen Pierre Bourne making beats in an Uber.
Really?
Yeah.
That Alex Toomey, he was mixing some Travis Scott shit, and Travis Scott needed it like that day. Yeah. And he was like, fuck, I need to send it to y'all.
Because you know the artist is gonna listen to it, 1 in their car, or 2 just like on iPhone, or 3 on earbuds. So if you mix, a lot of people I know, like not I know personally, but a lot of like bigger producers like Rio Leva, shit like that, they make beats, mix, all that, earbuds, AirPods.
Really?
Yeah, because so what a lot of like old head mixers and masters and just like traditionally, they're like, you want it as flat as possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is completely fair. But flat might not translate well onto earbuds because the highs come out more or whatever. Shit like that. So if you want to like, if you're making music that you know for a fact is being listened to by like teens, they're listening to it in their car or on earbuds.
Yeah.
So what's the point of mixing it on anything else?
And that makes me question, why the fuck did I spend $300 on these pieces of shits, man?
Because everybody who's recommending headphones is one of the traditional people. And it's fair, too, because it's like, it depends who you're mixing for.
Yeah.
Because you already know, like, Travis Scott albums are not being mixed on earbuds. The beat might be, though. And that's kind of the idea. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, the beat, the mix of the beat isn't quite as important at that level, just because the engineer is going to ask for the stems.
Yeah.
And they're going to do shit that you don't even know how to do.
Exactly. As far as, like, making the beat?
No, as far as tricks with mixing and mastering.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I always wondered, because when you mix a song, it's like, you make it on FL or whatever, and then you send it off, you send the stems off, and then the mixing engineer literally mixes the vocals and he mixes the beat and shit like that. And I always wondered, like, has there ever been any music where they mixed music on just 2 tracks, which basically just the beat? And I looked it up and it was like, yeah, and I kind of question. I'm like, how do they release music and they're like, man, I don't like something in this beat, but they can't get in touch with the engineer to like, or the beat maker, the producer, to change the specific So I'm like, at that time I was trying to look up plugins like what makes a beat. Because I mean, when you transfer like a beat or something, all the stereo spread and everything, it stays. It stays there,
that's
right?
true.
And music is fucking weird, bro. Honestly, like mastering, like just the whole concept of like if you have a sound and you were to split it, if you were to duplicate that sound, right, and then you were pan one left and one right, it literally sounds like that one sound you had originally.
Yeah.
It's so fucking crazy.
No, it's weird.
You would think it would be stereo.
And if you understand what's happening like behind the boards too, like shit is crazy. I learned recently how like a phaser and a chorus works, bro.
Phaser, I don't.
Okay, so basically what they do, they take the track that you have, they duplicate the audio, and they offset it by a tiny bit time-wise. And that timing, like you know how
So it sounds like
how you have a delay, and you set one side off a little bit. A chorus works the same way, bro.
A phaser or a chorus?
Both.
Oh.
Anything that has that like soften plus like stereo effect, it's literally like duplicating the audio and then like fucking up the timing a tiny bit, and the depth is how far it is.
See, now have you know what polarity is? Reversing polarity.
Yeah.
So what happens if you layer it on top of? I don't know. I've never tried it before, but I never needed to try it. But what happens if you could duplicate the same audio instead of doing it like what you said, like a chorus or phaser, where you're just offsetting it a little bit? What if you reverse the polarity on one? What will happen? Will it cancel each other out?
It cancels each other out.
That's how they get the vocals out of beats and shit.
Yeah.
Or the songs.
Yep.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. This dude, he works at boy Reggie. He works at Grand Buffet, the one I was talking about, and he's DJing now. And he was like, "Yeah, man, blah blah blah, bro. I got you, bro. I got you." I'm like, "What you talking about?" He's like, "All your songs, all your beats, I got that." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Man, I put this thing in my DJ thing, blah, 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 and it gives me the beat, no vocals." I'm like, "Oh yeah, you're just reversing the polarity on a certain frequency and you're just taking out the beat." And he's like, I guess. To him, it's a button.
He's like, "Yeah, the knob." That's fair though, bro. Like,
yeah, the button.
I'd be like YouTubing like some of the craziest producers.
Yeah.
Up to a certain level. Like when you get to a certain level, they understand that shit.
Yeah.
Like, you could be like listening to like the craziest sample and they'll be breaking it down and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I turned this knob this much to this direction." And it's like chorus. It's like not some complicated shit. And they'll be like, "I have no clue what it does. It sounds hard. Twisted it, pushed that button."
Dude.
But it's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Same shit with music theory. People don't think they know music theory and then they're writing in music theory. It's like, you don't know what it's called, but you know music theory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. It's better to learn and know what you're doing instead of being like, "I think this sounds good."
Yeah.
It's just better to know like, "Oh, I know this is going to sound good and it'll sound good like this too, and it'll sound good like this too." And
the way it happened for me is I was like, yeah, it sounds good. I twist this knob, I push that button, and then I went to school, and then I figure out what it all means. And I honestly think that's the best way to do it.
It's the best way.
Because if you start with the understanding of it, you're going to, like, logic the fuck out of it, and it's not going to sound good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you need to do it off of feeling, and then understand how you get that feeling.
Exactly. And I have that struggle when I tweeted a while back. I was like, this engineering shit is like really taken away from me being an artist, and I hate it because I'll be making a song or whatever, and like say you send the beats to me or whatever, and I'm making a song and I'm writing, and I'm like, fuck, I know what I have in my head, but how to achieve that? Like for the longest, I've been trying to achieve how to do like the Travis Scott, like it was one song with Juice WRLD. The party never ends.
Yeah.
What did he say? In the club, fucked up. What did he say?
Fuck the club
Fuck
up.
the club up.
Yeah.
And it's like a chorus, but it's not a chorus. It's like people yelling in the back.
No bystanders.
Is that layering?
I need
Fuck
to listen
the club
to it.
up.
I can let you
Fuck
know.
the club.
I need to listen.
I've been trying to achieve that shit because there's some songs where I just want to be like yelling shit, but I want there to be like a crowd behind me yelling the same shit. But you hear the main vocal, and I'm trying to figure that shit out, but I can never understand how to do it because whenever I try to, I don't know what kind of EQs I need to put on the background vocals. Like,
I guarantee we're overthinking.
Oh, 100%. You probably don't need to do any processing.
It's probably some basic ass shit.
Yeah, bro.
But basic ass shit used so specifically and creatively that it sounds like that.
Exactly. But I know that one of the problems was room noise. And it's like, if you have a bunch of vocals with room noise, you have to EQ them all out specifically depending on each vocal.
Yeah.
This shit will fix that.
Yeah.
It didn't pick up much room noise. So when that's one of the things I was like, okay, I know I got a dynamic mic. I can just use that and it'll be straight. And then everything else will be Gucci. It would just have to be figuring out how to mix the background vocals. But I always wanted to make a song where it was just like that, like, or chorusy, like crowd in the back. I was like, man, I've been trying to figure out for the longest how to do that. And there was I saw this one, it was like this dude got static noise on YouTube, and he had static noise, and he put specific parts in certain keys of what the phrase he was trying to say. So he had his main vocal, and he had the static noise in the back, and it sounded like a crowd, but it was in the right key.
Yep.
So he had to identify the key that the static noise was in, and then tune it to the key that was right.
Exactly what you're talking about. That's something I had to learn with drums, actually.
With 808s.
When you start out too, you wouldn't even think it. Claps can be in the wrong key. Hi-hats can be in the wrong key.
I've never.
Yeah. You wouldn't think it because it's a lot subtler. Like, if you hear an 808 in the wrong key, that shit makes your ears bleed.
Because it's like
the slight tone change of a snare will make it hit.
See, and I've done it before where I would put it on different keys, and I didn't look at the key of it.
I just do it by ear.
I do it by the ear. Yeah. Like, I'm like, oh, this frequency hits harder.
And I'm definitely wrong sometimes, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. But I can't. I mean, you can't really tell. But 808s for sure. I used to when I was making beats when I first started, everything C major. For 808s. I'm like, this is fun.
Everyone trying to tune their 808s, pitch it up to like C8, because you can hear that clear as hell.
A few octaves up. Yep.
And then pitch it back down once you got the tone.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're trying to get to a producer and you send them you're like trying to get feedback, or you're trying to like link with a producer, send them an out of key 808, they're not gonna read your messages again.
Yeah, bro. That tells them all they need.
But
that tells them all they need to know. Yeah. It's like, oh, it's like, yo, if you don't know the basics of tuning your 808s, tuning your drums, your percussions, why the fuck? How would I expect you to know all this other shit that I'm expecting from you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the most basic shit. That's like Beats 101. But
and on some like more like just top down view of it, that just shows that you're like impatient. You're not spending the time to learn your craft before you try to get the benefits of
exactly. Like I had this dude, I was with Tristan, we come back from the Batman movie, and this dude asked me,
how do you mix your vocals?
How do you mix your vocals, man?
Period.
I'm like, man.
What's the EQ?
I'm not going to say, dude, Cameron actually watches my podcast. Cameron, I'm going to explain something to you, bro. It's not one thing. It's not one thing. It's not one plugin. It's not one chain. It's like you listen to the vocal, you hear the problems, but you have to train your ear to hear the problems, and then you attenuate. So like, oh, these frequencies are like too annoying. Take them out. Do EQ sweeping, add compression. There's not one way to do it. Like I said, mixing, you can't teach mixing, but you can teach the basics of how to use certain plugins to get what you want.
Yeah. And for those who don't know, attenuate is the opposite of boosting. It's taking out.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But yeah. The only thing you can learn is the use of the plugins. Mm-hmm. And then from there, it's like taste.
Yes.
And that's the thing that I think a lot of people are missing. You need to develop your taste.
Develop the taste.
Yeah. Listen to songs that you like a lot. Mm-hmm. And like, if it helps you, like literally sit down and write down the aspects of the song that make you like it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Like, yeah.
Exactly. One thing I'm having trouble with, I guess, and I don't know. I mean, this has to be mixing, or I don't know. It could be both. Well, definitely both. Mixing and mastering. Now, I heard some songs from Jack Harlow and his older projects. The 808s. You always want your 808s to be in the middle, right? But there's some songs I hear of his where it's like I can literally hear the tone, the top low end, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
The top low end in the middle, and then the low ends on literally each. But I can hear his vocal.
That's
so
interesting.
I always try. I'm like, is that something the producer would have to do, or is because here's what I think. So there's remember that stereo thing I showed you, the doubler, and I do parallel compression, so I have like damn near one compressed vocal in the middle, and then for width I use the top end of my vocal to go stereo spread. I'm like, when I use that Abbey Road plugin on my master and I spread it all the way, those vocals get so it almost sounds like it's right here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, is that how they do 808s? Where it's like you have your 808s and it's already like right here, but when you do the mastering, it goes out here, but the vocals are so mono that it stays in the middle. That's
interesting because that's actually technically like from what you like learn as right. That's like the opposite.
It is.
Yeah.
I did this on what is it called? I did it on Never Look Back.
Yep.
With Kim Cooley. So already the cell phone vocals and everything. The fucking 808s, because I made the beats to all those songs on there.
Yeah.
The 808s on those on late nights. If you listen to late nights, I pan out the fucking the 808.
Yeah.
Hard left and hard right.
Yeah.
And it sounded like so like it was crazy. I've never done that before, and I was like,
when I work with sub basses,
sub
and I'm like getting a sample from someone of just the sub bass.
Yeah.
I will pan it mono just out of like habit.
Yeah.
And it fucks it up completely.
Really?
Because the feeling of like this huge bass surrounding you gets fucked completely when you put it mono.
That is so crazy. I don't know what I did, but I
So I just leave it.
You leave it?
Yeah.
I don't know what I did, bro. I panned it stereo and it sounded really like you can hear because it was like gritty. It was like that, and I put them on the sides, and they sounded fine. I was like, what the fuck? Okay. Well, but I did spend a lot of time on like just trying different shit, but that worked. But I never tried it after that. I don't know.
I think mess around with that.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I don't know what it is, but when I hear songs now, and the 808 is not like it sounds like it's everywhere, and I'm like, how the fuck do you do that? Because I didn't.
You know the beats that I've been playing though. Does it sound like that to you?
It's I would have to put the headphones on and really get into the mixing
but on the
of
speakers.
On the speakers, I can't tell on these speakers.
That's fair.
Even back then, I was mixing on headphones. I couldn't use these speakers in my room because everybody would be asleep. So I would be mixing on headphones, and I would just do it what my headphones told me, because it was just like that. But I can never tell on these speakers. That's the thing. Fair. Like making beats just going back to making beats again. I don't think I could do. I can definitely do it.
Yeah.
But I just don't want to go into mixing and all that because I'll hear the beat and I don't want to record on it.
Yep.
So it's just I think and that's I don't know what mastering does. If I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't really know. I guess I can, because you're not only. Because if you get a mix, right, and then you get a mastered version of that same mix, then level the volumes together.
Well, I think
I don't know.
So I could be completely talking out of my ass because I actually don't know what technically mastering means, like definition type shit. But mixing is everything that has to do with the levels. So like, if you toss a reverb on there, that's mastering. If you toss a delay on there, that's mastering. You know what I mean?
Like on the whole track.
Just in general. Like, if you're in the mixing stage and you put a reverb on, you're not mixing anymore.
What?
Because the mix is, like, the dynamics of it. Like, compressor, EQ, levels, period. Yeah. Limiter, period. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like, the master versus the mix is literally the post effects. After you fuck with the levels.
Yes.
That is my understanding.
Okay. I get what you're saying.
But I think levels are messed with in the master as well. Because after you put it in the effects, it changes.
Well, sometimes, bro, in the mastering chain, they do automation clip on the track itself. And I'm like, why would you automate something that should be consistent throughout the whole thing?
But are they automating effects or the volume?
They're automating how hard like the Abbey Road shit. You have, let's say they have a certain compressor on there, they have an EQ or whatever. They automate that during certain parts of the song. I've seen people, and I'm like, why would you do that?
That does.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
Okay,
I'm like, what am I missing, bro?
Okay, I noticed this on a lot of songs.
Mm-hmm.
Say you have just standard hip hop track. At the start, with the instrumental intro that most have, you want the guitar, say, like, front and center. You want that to be the attention of it. But the moment the 808 hits and the rapper starts talking, you want that shit to be background.
Yeah.
And you want that change to be, like, as felt and not heard as possible. So, like, if compressing down or whatever, like, different parts need to be at different levels throughout the song.
Yeah.
Ideally. They're usually, like, with the trap process right now, I think that doesn't happen a lot of the time.
Yeah. Damn.
But in terms of, like, getting in on the production,
damn,
that makes sense to me.
Oh, man.
And I actually do that sometimes with beats. I don't think people, like, even hear it. Like,
yeah,
I'll take the melody and I'll automate the melody throughout the beat just on some, like, basic level shit. So it sounds right. Like, you remember the sample rate we were messing with that 40 does? The sample rate, and I think he does it the same way. If you do that sample rate trick when it's just the sample playing and not, like, Drake's vocals, for instance, it sounds fucked. Because you're missing, like, half of the frequency range of the song.
Yeah.
And the purpose of it is to, like, make room for Drake.
Yeah.
But when Drake's not there, you don't need to make room.
You don't need to make it. You just keep that original, and it'll fill everything in.
So what I'll do is I'll, like, make it unique, and then I'll change the sample rate only for the verse. And then when it comes out, you can barely even tell.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. I didn't think about that because you do whenever the vocals aren't on there, it sounds empty. And it's meant to be like that for the vocals, but if the vocals aren't there, it sounds empty. Damn. Yeah. I didn't even think about that, motherfucker.
That shit is hard to think about when you're making beats. Like, cause when you're making a beat, you want that shit. And I think a lot of producers have trouble with this. Like, producers will be making a beat and they'll be thinking about it as a song, like an instrumental song.
Yeah.
Because all they're thinking about is, I want this beat to be as fire as possible. But realistically, you need to think about, how is the rapper going to get on this first and foremost? And two, how do I make it as fire as possible?
Exactly. And even then, the artist, like, I'll always go in and I always take the beginning, put it in the middle, take the end, put it at the beginning, cut off the shit. So, yeah. And shit is so dope. But that's just part of being creative. But yeah, I completely understand. They try to make it sound good, like the structuring of it. Yeah. But they never really, like, oh, here's space. I'm leaving space for the artist, and I hate that. Overproduced beats are like,
I call them beat battle beats.
Beat battle beats, yes. That's
because
exactly.
It's like, bro, if you submitted that, sure, you would fucking go crazy. But, like, if you got triplets in every hi-hat roll you can imagine in your hi-hat pattern, who, like, you send that to 500 rappers, bro, maybe one of them can think of a way to get on that.
Yeah, and even that, they wouldn't say much.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's hard.
Yeah, it is.
Like, the simpler it is, the more creative room. If you look at hits, it's a two-step half the time.
Yes, it's nothing much. I mean, they used to get, I mean, not saying that a Grammy's worth much, but they used to make, I think J. Cole said that shit, actually. He was like, I was making music when you could win a Grammy off of
no melody.
No melody.
You had a platinum plaque with no melody.
Platinum plaques without no melodies. And I think about that.
I do think about that too.
I'm like, damn, like, that's true. Music is music, and the more you overthink it, the less shit gets done.
And I think that's a comment about hip hop too. Because at a certain point, like, you didn't need a melody for hip hop. But now hip hop is being fused with pop and rock and all sorts of shit. Like Juice WRLD, I'm sorry to anybody who thinks it's pure rap. It's like more rock influence than it is rap influence. And
you can definitely hear it.
Yeah. I mean, like, even Juice as a person, like, you look at his influences, half of them were not rap.
Never. I think one of them was Eminem.
Yeah.
That was it. But the rest were just and it's like that. I mean, they fucking call themselves rock stars, bro. The fuck do you think? Uzi, same way. Not really. He's more rap than Juice WRLD, but
But even same thing though. His melodies are not rap.
Yeah, that's true.
But now it is rap because we're used to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if a rapper sings,
yeah,
is it singing?
No, it's The Weeknd. Literally, for real.
No, but there was like I forget what it was, but in one song, Boogie was like complaining about people calling him a singer for singing.
Metro boom and make it boom.
He was like, I'm melodic rapping.
Melodic rapping?
I was like, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to look at it.
I don't know. I feel like the more labels we put on it, the worse it is.
Like some people, they've heard only music like Hopeless. I'm singing on it, but I'm like rapping too. And some people were like reference me. They're like, "Oh yeah, he's a singer." I'm like, "Who the fuck is calling me a singer?"
No,
and then
he sings.
Yeah,
I'm capable of singing.
I'm capable of singing. I do sing.
Yeah,
but I'm not just a singer.
It's like the whole beat maker versus producer thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like
or sample maker. I hate when people put themselves in a box like that.
Yeah,
like, I'm a sample maker. It's like, I mean, respect. I bet you make crazy samples.
Mm-hmm.
I work with so many crazy talented sample makers, and my beats would not be the way they are if I didn't have those.
Yeah,
but
if you put yourself in a box, it's like there's no room for anything else. You're just limiting yourself.
No room for improvement too.
Exactly.
You need perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
exactly.
To understand what kind of room you need to put on a beat, you need to sit with an artist.
Mm-hmm.
To understand what kind of melody you need to make for a beat, you need to sit with a beat maker. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Or be that yourself.
Exactly. And not a lot of time, and unless you were influenced by, like, and I get that's why what makes an artist so great, artist, producer, or whatever, it's because they grow up off different influences, but they make a certain type of music. Like a lot of rappers, they don't listen to a lot of rap growing up, but they listen to like rock and like other shit that influence.
You'd be surprised what Playboi Carti's influences are.
Let me guess.
I don't like. I can't listen to him. But like, I've seen videos of him listening to music you would never expect, and like
some elevator
I have
music.
faint memories of like hearing about his musical influences. You would not see that shit coming.
Yeah.
And it makes sense because, like, who the fuck rapped like Playboi Carti before Playboi Carti? Like, nobody. Now everybody raps like him.
Exactly.
Not you, but you know what I mean.
I'm trying to do some shit where it's like, obviously I'm trying to have my own sound. Here's not a theory. Here's what I talked about this on the previous podcast, but there is like a certain aesthetic, right?
Yeah.
Now, if I put, like, let's say, Uzi, Travis Scott, Playboi Carti, a little bit of Kanye. This is what makes Kanye special. They all have like, when you listen to the music, you see neon lights, you see hella like spaced out shit. Like it's not natural, right?
Yeah.
It's very effect heavy. But when you look at J. Cole, when you look at Kendrick Lamar, well, that's what makes Kendrick Lamar special. Yeah. When you look at Moneybagg Yo, they have real grounded natural vocals, but it's like that's what their sound is. What makes Kanye and Kendrick Lamar special? Kendrick Lamar can hit on the neon. I see music in color, so hang with me here.
No, I got you.
I can see Kanye and Kendrick hitting like the neon, like spaced out crazy shit, and mix it with like the grounded. And I think a part of that is because Kanye makes music where it's like, well, first of all, he's not on, as far as his vocals, it's not on this side, like with the neon shit, because he has like damn near no reverb, but the shit he talks about is real grounded. And I just see it as like luxury music. Like when I listen to J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar, all these like grounded, real not simple rappers, but like real
simple beats.
Like it's what I see is.
I think it's about what you're trying to emphasize in the song. You know what I mean? Like, if in a Travis song, like he's trying to like transport you.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Like he's trying to make you feel you're on Mars.
Yes.
J. Cole is trying to tell you some shit about life. He doesn't need to take you to Mars to do that.
And that's what I see. That's what I see. I just see like when I listen to their aesthetic of music, it's literally like that. Yeah. So it's two different audiences.
Completely.
And
some people can bridge that, like you were saying, like Kanye.
Yes, exactly. And I'm trying to make some music like that because I love both.
Yeah.
I love both. I love all the effects and shit.
You know Kanye executive produced Whole Lotta Red?
What the fuck? Yeah. That's why I did the music video with the...
Yeah. You know, like those ridiculously distorted 808s and shit like that?
What?
Yeah. Like, I also think it's who you work with. And
wow.
And who you take influence from. Because it's like... Bro, Scoop to Poop, that fucking bar, that is a Playboy Cardi, like, influence flow.
From that last...
From that stupid Lil Pump song. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Wow. Dude, there's so much shit I didn't even think about, bro. I didn't know that. I didn't even know that.
When I saw that, bro, I was surprised. And do you know who the other executive producer was? Head creative director at Givenchy. Like, what the fuck? Givenchy?
What is that?
Like, it's a luxury house brand. Like, designer clothes.
What the fuck?
You know, all, like, the tight-ass leather shit that goes with the Rick? Givenchy.
That's what Kanye wears. Leather.
And they just had a runway show literally 2 days ago, and the fucking soundtrack for that was done by like Ken Carson producers. I don't know if you know who that is.
Ken Carson, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's so many.
So they're all on some like weird different shit.
It's
super interesting though.
That's gonna sit with me. It's gonna sit with me, bro. That's fucking
like, bro,
crazy.
I saw a video yesterday. A French campaign video used a Yeet song as the background.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I did see that.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Nah, culture's...
And he's a Mexican-Romanian dude.
Yeah.
Like, he's not French. He posted some pictures, like, posting up next to the Eiffel Tower that, like, most French people would probably think are disrespectful. I'd know my dad's French. But shit's interesting, bro.
Tonka.
No, literally.
Like a laundromat. I had a devil on my phone. Told me keep doing this shit. He told me keep doing this shit.
You know he also executive and he was the engineer on all of his shit?
Who?
He engineers himself on everything.
What the fuck?
Yeah, bro. He just gets beats. He mixes everything.
Really?
Yeah.
See, that's...
Do you know who Wayland is?
What?
Pretty underground, but really well known in the underground. I heard he used to be on some crazy shit, like black market RPG type shit.
What?
Recently, he dropped a song called Blaming Myself with Mike Dean that's insane. But, like, Yeet got his presets from Wayland.
What the fuck?
Yeah, bro. It's such a weird-ass fucking connection. Like, this, like, spider web of connections is insane.
That is so wild, bro.
I'll show you after. It's pretty crazy music.
I can imagine, because if they're in the studio together, be like, nah, check this shit out. You look at this shit. Look at this preset I got.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that shit crazy. Like a laundromat. And he's like, what the fuck?
Fuck, who does that sound like? I'm trying to think. Well, other than Yeet. But
got a devil on my phone. So we can do this shit. Tonka. Definitely unique. I never thought when I the first time I heard you, it was the one with the it was called Get Busy.
Oh yeah.
Put me on. I didn't like 2 Alive though.
I love that. I can't lie. I think it's funny. I think it's funny.
It is pretty funny.
But I know some like I've been tapped in with the producers long before Yeet.
Really?
Yeah. And I've learned about him through like, bro, when Yeet was like not so like crazy, everybody was like push the Yeet agenda. Like a song would drop and every producer that is like in that circle would like he has a cult following. Bro.
Yeah, I bet.
It is crazy. Like Twizzy, you've heard that? Him. That was him. He came up with that. Now everybody calls everybody Twizzy.
Everybody got the turbans on and shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's different.
I mean, that was A$AP Rocky a while ago.
No, that was it's not a turban. It's a what's it called?
It's just a headscarf.
Oh, what is it called? It's called something. Babushka.
Oh, yeah, boy. Yeah, exactly. That song. Yeah. I thought that was crazy. I
love that. Did you see the music video on that?
Yeah, I love that shit.
Oh my god.
With the pigs.
That's the type of shit I'm trying to.
At the end, they're in the fucking hot dog shop.
Dude,
oh my god,
bro. So much. That's what I want to do. I think the best thing that really pushes me, is one of them would be like watching documentaries and shit. But what really makes me want to like do music, like not do music, but push harder as far as getting real detailed in the editing of music is the music videos and concerts.
You know, have you seen .com Nirvana stuff? He's like Yeat's new videographer,
Mm-hmm.
and that shit is insane. He is getting really popular really fast.
Really?
Crazy.
I saw one that
he's been shooting for a lot of Trippie Redd stuff.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Damn. And that,
like that whole DaBaby like Young Boy album, all comes from that like new underground Ken Carson Heat thing.
Yeah, the bro, I never knew who Kid Carson.
Even what's it called? Off of Wants and Needs, that one beat that Drake rapped on, that Super Mario produced.
Wants and Needs. Oh yeah, with Lil Baby.
Yeah, Wants and Needs. Sorry, Scary Hour is the
Scary Hours.
There was one song off. Let me.
Okay.
Scary Hours. Yeah, I don't even know if you know, but Yeat has a Drake cosign.
Yeat has a Drake cosign. Yeah.
What's
I
next?
See that.
This shit. Have you heard
this shit? I'll cut it out for whatever. Yes, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it is. Like, it sounds very underground.
It's interesting. And that was almost a year ago now.
Yeah, that was a while ago. Damn. That is a lot of influence. I like it. I
another thing you could get into about Drake. I've been talking a lot.
Yeah, go ahead.
But Drake, part of why I feel like he's stayed so relevant is he goes like into the trenches with like the most unknown artists from the most unknown places, takes that and then makes a hit with it. Like people were making dancehall before Drake did it, well before.
Yeah.
But everyone was like, what is this new kind of music? I've never heard. He came up with that kick pattern. It's like, nah, that's Jamaican, bro.
It's literally that was from 18 BC. This shit
literally.
He sampled 18 BC ass music, bro. Fuck.
But he has an ear for it. He knows what's about to be popular.
Mm-hmm. You heard about the Drake effect or some shit?
I've heard of it.
When he signs artists and it's like they fall off. I mean, Block Boy. Who else? Who was the other one? He did the song with Polo G.
Fuck,
was his name? T
Grizzly? No. T Grizzly didn't fall off.
Fuck, nor is he signed with Drake? Is he? T Grizzly? Yeah. What's his name? It starts with a T. He did a song with Polo G. They did a Genius open mic.
I don't know.
Fuck. He's co-signed by Drake. Lil TJ.
Oh shit, yeah.
Lil TJ, he's a Drake co-sign.
Yeah, he sunk his own career.
Man, I haven't heard anything from him. I haven't heard anything from him.
Did you Ego, bro? That's like
nah, fuck that. It's the Drake effect.
He's crazy music, but like way too quickly when like Pop was alive and like Boogie was doing extremely well and like A$AP Rocky's from New York and Lil TJ was running around being like, I stole this chain from Boogie. I'm the king of New York, talking so much shit. And it's like, dude, wait like 3 years and maybe. You're too young, though.
Sounds like me going to New York with Blow. No, I'm the king of New York.
Yeah, literally.
I'm the king of New York. Nah.
I'm not going to walk in Boston and be like, I'm the best producer out of this.
I'm
not.
I'm the best producer from Boston.
And TJ should know. I'm sorry. You're not A$AP Rocky.
He just has to grow.
You're not 50 Cent. You're not, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
You're fire.
Mm-hmm. It's one thing to be like, I'm the best I can be versus I'm the best out of this. I'm the best period out of this area. I think if you were to say I'm the best period, I think that's a little less than saying I'm the best out of this area. I think that's what I think.
Because you're attacking people when you say I'm the best in this area.
In this area. And if
people you say I'm the best period, and everybody's like, yeah, you're capping.
Yeah. And it's like until you prove them wrong.
Yeah.
Like Kanye. Kanye, he's always said he was the best. Well, besides DJ Khaled, Kanye would always be like, I'm a god, blah blah blah.
Well, DJ Khaled is like we the best.
Oh yeah, we the best. Never mind. Yeah.
Which I respect, honestly.
Yeah, I mean that's his thing, bro.
Yeah.
And fuck it.
You can't. Nobody can tell you you're wrong when you say we. Because he's like, I mean, we like the world. Like,
we the best.
Okay,
we the best planet.
I didn't mean to call you out.
Like, damn, my bad.
Yeah. Like, it's a little easy to call out Kanye when he's like, I'm God.
Yeah, I'm God.
Drops mic.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm God. But that's his.
All the white people pray. I hope not.
Oh fuck! Oh shit! All the Kanye Christian fans are like, fuck. But
5 years, we're gonna have KanyeMingle.com.
Kanye, nah, bro. Fucking what is it? Didn't somebody do some shit like a website or app? Donald Trump. Didn't he made a fucking the truth app or some shit?
I have no idea, but that sounds about right.
Donald Trump made an app called something Truth. Basically, on that app, if there's any news that you say is false, you get kicked off the app or banned or some shit, right? Well, look at this.
The point of that.
Exactly. So everybody has their opinions on this app, right? Like,
but they're all censored.
But they're all censored.
Like so, being in Russia right now, bro.
Yeah, it's like
you can have your opinion unless you don't like Putin.
Exactly. Exactly. And I feel like because Donald Trump was promoting it like only the truth and only valid opinions will be posted on this app. And I'm like, this is just an app.
The truth dictated by you?
Yes. I'm like,
stop calling it the truth.
It's not the truth anymore. It was a very contradicting app, but everybody was talking about it, and it's so funny, bro.
Because it's
like,
what
the fuck is this shit?
It's just annoying. We don't need to get into it.
You know what I'm gonna do though? And okay, so I'm not gonna say this is my idea, but this is an idea I have inspired by this Instagram account. They do like nostalgia. It's called Nostalgia. They basically do a lot of shit. Like if you know when you go through a thrift store and they have like little cheap ass toys, it shows like Shrek and Batman and fucking Captain America.
Yeah, I know exactly.
It'll be some shit like that, but with like he'll post like the graphics for like a toy, and it's like Tyler the Creator in the wig. So it's like, oh, a little action figure. It's dope. And it'll make cards. And I was like, cards? And I was like, in Monarchy, like later when we have our shit established, have fucking trading cards
for the artist.
For the artist.
That'd be crazy.
And it's like, oh, if you have these two cards, like a Tristan Jung card and you know, like Dame card, and it's like, I made this song, it would be rare to have that combo.
That's sick.
You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, here's like a song that we made, but it's just my card, and here's a song that you produced, but it's your card, and and it's rare to get that combo.
No, interesting.
I think that's that cool. Would be, and you can just trade them, and then there would be like, and it would be like on mine, it would have like holographic butterflies and like all the shit like for that song. So if it was Blue Bonnets, so Blue Bonnets, butterflies, and all this shit, and then each song is different. I think that would be so bad. That's a dream that I have, like, where you just have like oh man, I think that I would have that in like when like if I had a plaque and I went platinum on a record, it would have those cards. You can put those cards in it.
You mean when?
Oh yeah, no, you're right. When I get that shit.
Yes, sir.
When I get that shit. Exactly.
Gotta manifest.
Gotta manifest.
Not trying to sound like a
you're completely right. I've been correcting myself before this.
I
didn't
do
even
it all the time. Like
but that's what I want to do, and I will make it happen because I think that shit will just be so fucking unique.
Yeah, that would be sick.
Because no one's ever done that. Someone's probably gonna steal it from this video, but I'm gonna execute that shit to its fullest with just Monarchy artists.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that'd be so badass. But yeah, she'll be like, oh damn, I got this card and I got this card. It's a rare combo. Never had this shit. You put it in the shit, and you
could even have some cards where it's like individual characters, but then like one card is like both. Oh, yes. I have the actual full, you know.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, bro. Yeah. And it's like, oh my god, and it'll
two-headed goat,
dude. And by the time the card comes out, it'll say the records that it broke and where it stands, like. Like, here's how many copies it sold, blah, blah, blah. And it'll show, like, a star rating.
With the direction we're going in, bro, shit like that would be an NFT.
Like an NFT?
And it's updating. Like, the stats on it.
It updates! Dog. Nah, I did not think about that. I don't know how to make NFTs, though.
Me neither, bro.
Fuck.
Something we need to look into.
No,
because NFTs, like, in terms of music, Shit's gonna go in that direction.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
Exclusive beats, exclusive loops, shit like that.
Oh, that would be
because
so
it's like,
fucking fire, bro.
Do you know how it works as like a concept?
Mm-mm.
It's
Yeah. For the NFTs, yeah.
Yeah, like unique digital ID type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, so many people get beats stolen. So many people get loops stolen. And like, hackers are crazy, bro. I had a song with somebody that like we sent between each other on email. We're small as fuck. Like, nobody has any incentive.
Whoa.
I out of curiosity, I Googled my name on SoundCloud, and a song that I have on my hard drive that the artist has that I know for a fact he didn't want to release because it's definitely not our best shit. It's like Fraser XT Young leaked. I'm like, what the fuck? We emailed that to each other, and it's leaked. But like, bro, hackers are crazy. Like, right now, as we speak, bro, they're like dismantling the defense in Russia, like from computers here.
Wow.
So like, people can do crazy shit. So like, for
That's
NFTs,
crazy.
it's like, yeah, unique digital ID. Like, that shit's gonna be valuable when
because that's value in itself.
Less and less is physical too.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, even music is not physical, so I think it's a great match with
not
NFTs.
Anymore. That's the thing. Well, it used to be physical.
What do you like music? Like when you transfer music?
Well, like, okay, think about like 20 years ago. Like, if music didn't exist physically, it didn't exist. You didn't have a CD of it, it didn't exist.
Oh yeah.
Like,
oh yeah,
you know
you're
what
right.
I mean?
You're right.
Music was physical at one.
Music was physical.
And now it's not. And that's like,
you're right.
Even supports the idea of like shit going more towards NFTs.
Exactly.
Like, at what point are we gonna decide like it's too wasteful to be producing trading cards?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
NFT would be oh man. Oh, that is a great idea. I didn't even think about that. I was like, physical trading cards, have physical trading cards. Because one of my friends, Julian, I had him on the podcast a while ago. I forgot what episode it was, but what he's doing now, he's buying a bunch of football cards and just opening them. And he made a TikTok for it and everything. He's making money off that shit.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, that's badass. And I want to do that with like the Monarchy shit, but NFTs, that sounds so badass. But even to do loops and beats and be
there's a huge producer, Elmind. I don't know if you know who he is.
Mm-mm.
He's like crazy good. Love Yours. That's him.
Really?
Yep. He did all sorts of Uzi, Travis. Like, he did a bunch of stuff off of Huncho Jack.
What the fuck?
Everywhere. So, Love Yours is one of my favorites that he did, and that's who I found out. But he is already into the NFT stuff.
Really?
Like, he did something recently in the past year, which is literally, it's not NFT. Actually, it is. So, he found somebody who built a virtual house. So in the sense that, like, 3D, like, virtual goggles, a house that you can walk through.
Oh.
And that shit sold for, like, $600K.
Like on VR and shit, right?
Yeah, exactly. So he works with this person, and they created international virtual studio sessions that people have to pay for. And they're trying to get it to the point where it's like, in the virtual session, you can see people playing the keys. You can see people producing. So you can be in the studio producing with some guy from like Shanghai.
In your own home.
In your own home.
And you can record.
Exactly. That's what they're working on. Right now, all they have is workshops. So it's like a virtual meeting, a virtual producer workshop, teaching people shit.
Oh,
so that's what it is right now.
Oh, wow.
You pay for entry. Nothing too crazy because he's like an actual genuinely like
trying
to help the people kind of person.
Uh-huh.
And he just teaches people all over the world.
No, that's badass. That's like paying for
crazy.
class.
And what he was saying is the direction they're trying to bring it in is like, I want to like be able to play the keys. You see what keys I'm playing, and then
with my
I
actual
can teach
MIDI
you.
hardware.
Exactly.
Wow.
And it's like, bro, like thinking about that what that would unlock.
Dude,
I don't need to be in like
fucking Hobbs, photographer from Houston, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He's managing an artist called Tuma, and he fucking has virtual concerts. I'm doing virtual concerts for $60, bro.
And I'm sure they do fine.
Oh yeah, that's
like,
so crazy, bro.
That's the interesting thing about the pandemic, bro. That shit like expedited the shit out of all of this.
Wow,
like,
that is a great idea.
Like virtual,
studio
like
shit.
Everything. Like concerts were happening a lot. Like from big artists doing.
Oh yeah, doing virtual concerts.
Yeah.
Man,
like virtual like sports games.
Ever since I seen the WWE with all those screens in the crowds, fucked me up. I was like, what the fuck? You got a bunch of flat screens in the seats of where the fans used to be, and shit's crazy, bro. But Who would have thought? In our lifetime.
And if you have a virtual concert, theoretically everybody could be front row.
Yeah. All in one
It's like
spot.
breaking down barriers. It's interesting.
Damn, it is.
Yeah. And it's super interesting. Because it's like, even from like an environmental standpoint, that shit helps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not like, say you have a massive stadium, you're trying to get like 100K people to this place. And it's you're like saving 100K cars worth of gas.
Yeah.
All sorts of shit like that.
It's fucking crazy. And what I would see is the ones who pay top dollar get to be there in person.
Get to interact with the artist virtually.
And then have access to other shit
or
too.
Whatever, yeah.
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 Damn. But everybody can view it.
But there are already producers like taking advantage of this shit, like actively.
That is very smart.
Palace is one of them, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
They sold out.
Smart.
They sold out $500,000 worth of stuff in 45 minutes. Him and another producer named Gumboy. Because they were working on, actually, part of what it was. I don't know the whole thing. I don't want to like not do it justice, but part of it was they basically had like almost like action figures for hip hop things, and they did crazy research and built in like a full like history to each thing. So you could like buy a collectible thing, and it was a collectible 3D model in your computer with like crazy history behind it, like in hip hop stuff.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's sick.
Like a trophy, like if you get it on a game and
exactly.
You can look up the. Wow, I didn't.
It's so interesting, and it's like one of one.
And that's good because you're helping out the culture and shit.
Exactly.
Wow, that's
it's
that
crazy.
Shit is very interesting.
It is interesting.
And you own it.
Yep.
You own that history.
As much as you own anything physical, yeah.
There's so much. This mic is so shitty. Oh shit! Damn, that is nah. That's yeah. We gotta get to work, bro. that's what it's looking like.
Yes, sir.
We gotta be on that shit, bro.
Yeah. Who knows what direction shit's gonna go in?
Yeah. And
you got to keep an open mind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What I want to do, I want to have so much of something, regardless if it's music videos, ideas of music, and then just put it out there as I view it.
Yeah.
And I, you know what, bro? Here's what sucks about this shit, bro. So, I'm recording and I'm making the music and shit, and I'm like, just putting my vocals on, mixing it, doing whatever, and I'm already drained. By the time the music comes out, I'm already drained from hearing it, but I have to fucking promote it, bro. That's what I've been struggling with is how to promote something without a team actually helping me push it. Like
that's a choice you got to make, cuz like Tame Impala, you know Tame Impala?
Mm-hmm.
You know he does everything from scratch himself. Everything. I'm talking about like he records every instrument from scratch. He does all of the mixing and all of the mastering up until the final vocal. Like everything is him. And do you know what he says? By the end of an album, I'm like suicidal as fuck. No, he deadass said that. He was like, I can't. Like, he was like, I need to take 2 to 4 years off of listening to an album before I can properly enjoy it. But I respect it because it's like selfless.
Yeah.
He has such a specific creative vision that he knows he has to do it all himself. And he like sacrifices his ability to enjoy it.
Sometimes I feel that way, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like
that with beats and samples especially. I'm not quick with those, and I hate most of the samples I make when I finish them. Yeah. And then I'll go back and I'm like, holy shit.
Damn. Man, there's just something about it. It's like you're putting so much of yourself into something. It's like mentally exhausting. It just takes so much out of you.
It does.
You're literally putting yourself.
But it's almost like when you're not doing it, you need to get it out of you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's always a balance.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I realized. I didn't have a session for the studio. No one really booked anything for like a couple months, right? Not a couple months, like a couple weeks. And I was like, fuck, like I have all this time to make music and I'm literally had a writer's block. This was before you came, bro, like last week. I had writer's block, couldn't think of anything to write, blah blah blah. And then just recently, I made a song overnight, and I'm like recording more stuff. I finished Canary, like all this shit, right? That was because I had a session that came in. It was a 6-hour session. Now, how I feel about doing these sessions, I don't really like doing it. I don't really like working. I don't really like working, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I know I need the money and shit like that.
I'm the
So
same
I'm
way.
doing it.
It's fucked.
Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I'm recording them. I'm like, okay, you know, this shit is easy to me. As far as like mixing during their session and shit like that, and when they're gone, I'm like, oh, thank God. And I sat on the couch, bro. After a 6-hour session, and I'm like, I feel like recording. There's a balance with everything.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's
I dead ass, bro. Like, I post on YouTube every day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like the one thing I don't let myself slip on. Other than literally doing that bare minimum, bro, I took like 2 weeks off of making anything before I came here.
Yeah.
Because I knew like I needed that like build up.
Space. Yeah.
I needed the build up because it's like I feel it like building up when I'm not making music that I want to do.
Mm-hmm. That's, man.
And every time I take a break, I'm better when I came back.
Exactly.
Like way better than if I spent that whole break making music, I feel like.
It's just like a blank canvas.
Yeah.
Just actually starting. Man, I feel that. I saw this one artist, he was in an interview, and he was talking about if he goes through writer's block, and this was when I was going through writer's block, like heavy. He was like saying, "Oh, I just go experience some shit." And granted, he was like, "I go experience some shit. I go to strip clubs. I fuck some bitches. And I come back to the studio. I talk about it.
Experience is different for everyone."
Yeah, and yeah. Like, wow, I was just gonna go play golf today.
I go watch some like dark ass movies to get me thinking. You know what I mean? But
yes,
that's
bro.
like everybody. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I know Palace.
Yeah.
Literally, same shit. He plays video games and makes samples all day. That's
Just
all he does.
Nice. It seems fun, bro.
Yeah.
I you know what I think is stopping me, bro? Like the balance part. It's just me. I love when, how do I say this? I'll release music. I know I can do what I need to do. I know what I want. I know what I want to put out. I know when I want to put it out.
Mm-hmm.
What keeps me balanced, or I already talked about this, excited, is having the concerts and shit like that.
Yeah.
It feels like it's paying off. Somebody yesterday, they text me. Let me get your name right in case she sees this shit. Her name is Josanna. She said, "Hey, I haven't reached out to you in a minute, but I've been seeing how far you've come. I'm beyond proud of you. I remember when you were first starting. Look how big you become. Keep on pushing."
Yeah, that shit keeps me going too.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
And it's
I
like,
need that every once in a while.
Yeah, bro. And it's it shows. It's like this shit is paying off one way or another.
100%.
It's like paying off, and I feel like, you know, on my side at least, having a concert would just like be like, okay, this is me furthering my art.
100%.
You know?
Yeah.
Like,
that's me when I hear vocals on a beat. I'm like,
yes, yeah.
Okay. Because, bro, when you make so many beats,
mm-hmm.
and like you don't hear anybody on any of them, you're like, wow, my beats suck.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Like
you have to, yeah. That's
and
why when I get shit done on shit, I send it to you straight.
And I
even if it's a concept.
I appreciate that. Like I see producers literally. I saw somebody yesterday, literally a pretty big guy in the underground. Straight up posted. He was like, "Please send me finished songs with what I send you. It's like the only thing keeping me going right now."
Damn.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah, I mean it's like that. And it's tough too, because like, if you go long enough without getting like the thing that you need to keep you going,
yeah,
you still got to keep going.
Exactly.
You maybe can take a break, but you can't take I feel like some people take a break, and then it's like a relationship break. That break never ends.
Yeah, yeah. You take breaks for yourself to keep going.
Exactly.
You don't take breaks to be like, okay, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
For a while. It's more like I know I'm coming back to this. Exactly. I just need a break to get myself realigned with something, and then I'll be back. I'll be back. You know. And then when you show back up, it's like they're already like pregnant, and you're like, I've been gone for 9 months. Anyways, honestly, I think we can.
Know how the tone of that changed so fast, bro. You looked more in your feelings than I've seen you in the past 3 days, bro.
No, I think we can end this shit right here. We got to be somewhere, but I appreciate y'all coming. and watching. Appreciate y'all's time. We are back, baby. I'm gonna try to post more podcasts. I'm definitely gonna have some more with Tristan. I might have some more with Blow here in a couple weeks. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. I will post highlights and shit. Everything will go back to normal. It takes a lot out of me to set this shit up. Tristan knows I was up for 2 hours this fucking morning.
Was tough.
Yeah,
I was sleeping for most of it.
It's okay.
It still looked painful.
It still look painful. But we're gonna go ahead and get out here. Me and Dame and this bitch out.
Yeah.
The fuck? Yeah, we're out this bitch, man.
Yes, we are.
Yep.
Thank you for watching.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Tristan, for coming on this shit, man. Thank you for coming all the way from fucking Minnesota. Massachusetts.
Yeah, Boston, Minnesota.
Massachusetts in this bitch. And yeah, we'll see y'all next episode again with Tristan.